Hello. Is anybody there? Oh, hi. Christine, hello. Woohoo. Hola. Hello.
Hi, Shauna.
Hi, I forgot my headset. Hang on a minute. We have 2 minutes before we... Okay.
Do you want me to translate direct on the Zoom, Shauna?
No, I believe Ivan is comfortable in English. There he is. So if you do it on, you're on instant teleseminar at the moment?
Yeah, hopefully it's coming through.
Hi, Ivan.
Hey, good morning.
Hey,
Hey.
we're just setting up.
Morning,
Good morning.
Also, I said Ivan. I should say Ivan.
No, you're right. You're good with Ivan.
You sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you. We've just got about a minute. We're sorting out. Paula's on a separate line, and we'll mute herself in a moment when she's clear that she's...
I mute myself and you just ask when you want.
Oh, no, don't you stay muted.
All right.
Hopefully we'll mute everyone else.
I'm not.
And it's only the early birds who are on anyway, in France. In Australia, it's 3 p.m. In the US, it's the early hours of the morning, so they probably won't be on. So, Paula, are you good to go?
Yes, it's funny on the IT. It doesn't. It's the mute. It stays crossed, but I think it's. I hope people can hear me on there. So let's see.
Okay.
Are
you muted or are they muted?
Who?
They should be muted,
but you're not.
But me not.
Have you got the control panel there in front of you?
I've got the thing that says mute, unmute mic, but when I click, it says, it says it's at the discretion of the conference host. Haha.
Okay, so you're the host, so you should be able to control that.
Why is it not showing me as, I used my code, but it's not showing me as the...
Did you use the link I gave you, the host code, not the guest code?
Yeah, it's the 477164. It's the one I've always used.
Yeah. Okay, but it's the link that you needed to follow. So if you can use your backup recording, that would be fantastic, as you suggested.
Yeah.
As long as you can hear us. And thank you everyone who's already joining us. We are just doing amazing things with technology between countries, and after tomorrow, 24 hours from now, I'll be on my way to France. Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa, how's it getting better than that?
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to mute me.
Hola. I'm ready to go.
Maybe Tekla, can you hear me on the French? Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, I'm going to mute me on here.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah,
so, welcome everyone to Vivre en France. This is week 3, I think, or call number 3, where every couple of weeks I talk to different people who are moving and shaking and creating energy and enthusiasm in France. This week, my guest is Ivan or Ivan Martin. Thank you so much for coming on, Ivan. It's very exciting. If any of you don't know about Ivan's work, you're about to find out. And woohoo, ladies, you might need your fans because it's going to get a little hot in here, okay? In the nicest possible way. Because we're going to be talking. Pardon?
Just water will be enough.
Just water will be enough. I have peppermint tea, but okay. So I'm very excited to be talking about, and Ivan said to me, well, what is this call about? What's the story here? And my target is to, as I'm coming to France, it's to say hello to France, but it's also to say to you people that are there, the people you already have close by to you have amazing capacities. And while it's wonderful to have us international people fly in and fly out and do a class, sometimes you need to look around you and go, oh my goodness, we've got treasures here. We have amazing people here. And I've just been doing this with New Zealand for the last few months. Incredible. So instead of me being a Viking who comes in and rapes and pillages your land and takes the gold back, I hope
you may try.
My target is to come in and what can I contribute to your land? What can I contribute to your people, your businesses, your bodies, consciousness? And I will share something with you that I heard on the grapevine. Gary Douglas, for the last however many years, I've been doing Access Consciousness for 8 years, has been saying, when we reach 10,000 people in consciousness on planet Earth, then we will start to make some amazing changes. And it's always been like, oh my God, we've got so far to go. I have heard in the last couple of weeks that we are very close to that. Now, that doesn't mean 10,000 people in access consciousness. That means 10,000 people on the planet in full consciousness, full awareness, choosing, without judgment. And I want to be in that number. I want to be one of those people. What will it take? And so we're very close to a very big shift happening on planet Earth. We're very close. And sometimes when you're getting very close, it can feel very intense. Mm-hmm. What do you do when you're getting very close to good stuff or anything? Truthfully, to have a full orgasm, to have full pleasure, you have to breathe, you have to relax, you have to expand and be willing to ride the wave. You got to ride the wild surf. And oh my goodness, if there was ever a time on the planet to grab your surfboard, it's right now. Mm-hmm. So, thank you so much. And tell us about you. Tell us your story.
Oh, my story is not really interesting, my dear. Oh. What is interesting is what you've been hearing to the grapevine. We have a lot of grapevine around here in France. Well, I say around here, but I'm in Barcelona, actually. And I totally agree with what you said. I'm happy you say that, and I'm very happy you precise as well that it's not about just access consciousness, it's just more than that. And it's true that in Rome, Gary has been precising very much that we are reaching it. I think he said we're around like 7,000 now.
Wow.
Yeah, but if we look carefully in access, we're just a little part of that.
Yes.
So that means what we're doing every time we decide to just get more consciousness and more choice, we invite much many people around us that we don't even can fathom. There's no way we, for now, know how much we are effective and acting. So it's a little bit about the grapevine, as you said, kind of talk to us, but we also talk very much to the earth every time we choose. And as you've been saying that, I would just add that it's all about receiving for me, as you say now, what is about me, is my work is about that. My practice is about that. What I go for with everyone I meet, or even everyone I can be aware of, and starting with myself, is how can I receive now that I can't even think about, wish about, and even if I don't handle it, how much can I receive now that will overpass my capacity to control anything?
Wow.
Because everything I control about me is everything that keeps me from contributing more.
This is completely against what we've all learnt in metaphysical and spiritual circles and out there in just what I call TikTok world. In the normal world, it's for me very exciting, and also it can be very intense. So are you saying, Ivan, that every moment of every day you're actually being a facilitator of consciousness, whether you're running a class or seeing a client or not?
I'm saying that we are, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just someone very, very distracted, and I need to choose to be able to contribute and be present to my own body and my own life. I need to make that choice. And for me, that choice is about choosing to receive. It's about choosing to go upon my capacity to control and my will to control. All right? So what I'm saying is that we all contributing like this, not particularly. A lot of noise coming.
I have some, could somebody mute themselves? I'm not sure who that is. It looks like it might be, I don't recognize the face. Liliane, could you mute yourself? Maybe I have muted her. Yes.
So yes, Shauna, you're right. But we all contributing all the time, that we just make the choice to receive. This is my interesting point of view. Okay,
so if you're out, like I was today, I've been running around to the bank and, transferring money into euros, and there's a queue at the bank, and it takes 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm like, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, and this is internal. It's 11 o'clock and I haven't eaten, and you're asking me to wait. And it's like, so how would you receive in that situation, please?
Please receive just this precisely. Anything that is overwhelming you is here for you to be received. Even when you, for example, when you make love with someone, it has to be overwhelming you to be able to go upon your control, apart from your control. If you don't agree to be overwhelmed.
Yes.
By what you are in contact now with, in connection with, then you still get caught in the control of it.
Wow. And this is where, we can judge that what is out of control for most people. Out of control is you're crazy, you're mad, you're hysterical, someone's going to come and take you away, or they're going to calm you down, or, in the movies you see, they come and they give you an injection and they put you in a straitjacket. Calm down, control.
Sure.
And this is something completely different.
It is something frightening. But, we're watching a lot of movies that are much more frightening. So why are we watching this?
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Yeah?
Yeah.
What is calling us, to have this kind of extra normal, extra habitual, extra whatever of what we are used to in our lives?
So
we are wishing for something different.
Yeah.
We are making everything we can. We're spending, we are calling, we are asking. But when we come to the point that it's going to be different now, of course, it's frightening. This is the moment we just have to give up everything but our choice to receive. That's my point of view.
So there's a courage, it's like courage in there, isn't there? That, well, for example, I had facilitated a 3-day body class in New Zealand 2 weeks ago, and I spoke to one of the ladies who was in the class this morning, and she said her partner, and for those of you online, the way that this works is if you're partnered with someone in a body class, your partner asks your body what it requires and desires. You don't ask the person, what would you like? No. You're asking the body. Well, this particular person, I don't know if you can hear, there's sirens in the background here.
We got you well, it's okay.
Okay, so this person said, no, I want MTVSS. This is what I want. And and fortunately the person who was her partner said, well, what your body would like is something completely different. So my interesting point of view is that sometimes our body, well, often our body is our greatest facilitator. And sometimes we go, oh no, I'm overriding no, I know better than my body. I will have this. Thank you very much. And it's okay. It's a lost possibility. Oh, well, it'll come around again. But every time it comes around, your body is there. Your body is there. It's presenting you another. You know, for me, it was the irritation of the bank and the time but your body is like, okay, I can only give you this information again. Maybe one day you will listen.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a little bit like when we are in conversation. If you like, you want me to give a kind of example that is maybe more practical to our daily life. When we get into conversation, one-to-one, what happens is that everyone wants to say something.
Yes.
Everyone believes that he got something to say. And what will happen is that we are talking, it might even be in the same time if you come here to Spain. French is a bit different. We're talking each other, but we are so much willing to say something because we really believe we have to say something that we never choose to listen to what the other one has to say. And during the time the other one speaks, what happens is that we think of what we want to say and we still don't receive. So it's the same process. The body is asking to receive, not to give. Body is asking to receive, but the mental is asking to give. I want to give. I want to feel useful. I want to feel I'm doing something. I want to convince. I want to, I want this person to know that I'm going to give something. But this is here keeping into giving and not receiving. That's the big trouble, because what everyone wants in the mind is the opposite of what the body wants. Body wants to receive.
And it's a doing, isn't it? Like we want to do, but the body just bees.
Yeah. Try in conversation. Try that. Every time you get into conversation, as a tip to train into more, We get into conversation so many times all day long, even with oneself, okay? So try that. You get into any topic, doesn't matter, okay?
Yeah.
You want to say something, just tell to yourself, I have nothing to say. And listen. What means listen? Means receive. Receive what the other one wants to say, what the other one's body is saying as well. And you will notice how much, once you have received, then you can express and it will be received as well. Whereas if you don't wait, if you don't give yourself this time and space to receive, then the other one will never be able to receive you. First, you have to receive. Someone has to make the first step. So it's the same with the bodies. It's the same with your sexualness. It's the same with your sexual activities. You first have to receive the other one so that the other one is able to receive you. Yeah.
So it's space, really.
It makes sense?
Yeah. How much space can you be is a favorite question we ask when we're running bars or running a body process. You ask, how much space can I be for this person? Not how much information can I give them, talk to them, while how much space can I be and say nothing? And for me, the most amazing bars and bodywork sessions I've ever had have been where we haven't spoken.
Yes, of course. Of course. And you can still sure.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. You can still talk,
You can, yeah.
The thing is that if you talk before you have received, then you will talk a different language of your body.
Wow.
First problem. And second problem, the other one is not going to receive it.
I love this. So did you have, I read that you spent some time as a monk.
Sometime.
Sometime. How long did you do that for?
7 years. I spent in retreat, just practicing.
In silence? Was it in silence?
No, silence, no. There was a group of 20 persons into a place we just were doing meditation practices. But everyone was sick in his own space, and we meet every day sometimes to have lunch or to do something. But this is not really on the topic of today. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, we want to know about you. We want to know where you come from, and I'd like to know how access came into your realm, into your world.
Well, yeah. So when I was doing this, my choice was to contribute to the world, to more consciousness, and to extend, finish the limitation, or reduce the limitations in this world. All right. But so this is, I mean, as all of us, we have a kind of engine, a kind of fuel that we want to get there. We want more consciousness because we know that we want this for everyone, and that's why it gives us so much strength and the capacity to create more. But so that was it. And this is the same. Now, I had started to get into the tools of consciousness through that. All right. So that's why I'm already into those tools that we're using now.
Yeah.
And then I've been choosing to get into interactions, because I've been kind of responsible of many things during those retreat times of others. And I've been seeing how much it's difficult to make so that everyone is kind of getting in agreement with himself into a group, in agreement with his own capacities and abilities to grow up and expand in a kind of little society. So I decided after that to work in, to specialize myself in one-to-one communication. And I became a media and a specialist of personal communication. And then I get even more close to access tools. And someday it just bumped up, you know, through a friend of my friend Laetitia Guimond, who was a really dear friend, who showed me this first bars tools, and I said, wow, that's it. And that came like that, yeah. But it's not really, that's it.
Ivan, I would like to ask you a question. For me, I had been a meditator for many, many years. I probably started because my mother was a yoga teacher, so I was familiar. Probably late 70s, I started going to meditation classes and groups. So for many years, I'd been a meditator. And when I had my first bars session, I recognized that energy, or for me, that was the energy of my best or deepest meditations. I thought, I know this. This is not new to me. But it was so fast for me. As soon as within a few minutes of the person placing their fingers on my head, I was there.
Exactly. Thank you for bringing that. It's true. I mean, I had the same kind of experience. Even passing, truly, it was about 15 hours per day meditating.
Wow.
Right? So and it was every day of every week of every month of every year.
Yeah.
I can say, and I even started before that, because I went into retreat, I was 25, but I started meditation, I was 14.
Yeah.
All right. So I had a kind of experience of that. And I can say almost the same what you said, is that when I received maybe, I don't know, my second or third bar session, then I get into contact with this presence. That was just exactly the result that I was having so much effort to gain. To get through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then it was fueling as well my practice on meditation. It was kind of, and doing the limitation nudge into another opening and expansion. Yeah. And even better, with the symphony afterwards, when I learned the symphony, and when I get to it, let's say, then it was even better.
Yeah. So for me, it's the meditation used to be I had to do that in order to have relaxation or peace or whatever in my world. And then after many years, I realized, the goal of meditation is so that I can be that energy all the time. And still it was hard work. But with bars, the more, and now it's been 8 years for me, but the more I get my bars right, and I might be a slow learner, people, you might be much quicker than me. The more I have my bars run, the more that energy is available to me, possible for me, more and more second nature to me, or first nature to me. And sure, I can be shaken out of my tree by something happening. Things are always occurring out there. That to me is marvelous.
Yeah, really, it's a shortcut. It's a bypass. I mean, when we use meditation, we use mental as a guide.
Yeah.
I mean, in what learning, okay. We use analysis or we use just presence. There's two different ways, okay. But when you receive the bars, or as you're talking about the bars, let's say just the bar session, then you kind of bypass those two techniques into nothing.
Yeah.
Means you don't have to process anything. You don't have to get into any control. It is just doing it by itself.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe could be the starting point of learning how to allow the receiving that we were talking before.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's clear in our classes. We know that bars are giving us the capacity to receive. So just, can we acknowledge that even more?
And
what will it take for?
Yeah. And it's such a simple thing.
Meditation is receiving.
Yes. Yes. It's, again, not a doing. It's a being. And for me, if I run a foundation class...
It's not.
Sorry? I lost you there?
No. I said, no, it's not. It's not a doing. That's right. Do you receive me correctly?
I did. There was a little glitch in the sound, but it's gone now.
Yeah. You could tell me if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Change, please.
So for me, when I facilitate a foundation class, or if I go to a foundation class, because I'm going to Gary's foundation next week in Paris, I get my bars done as many times as I possibly can. I get as many body processes. If I'm not on a table or running something the whole time, because I get that I actually receive more when Gary or someone else is speaking if I'm in that space of running bars. And the other thing is, if someone is getting their bars run in the room, it changes the energy in the room. Many of you have probably noticed that. If there's ever an intensity in the room or there's an energy, just one person going up the back and getting their bars run, everyone can go, oh, thank you. Whew. So this is really, I think, what meditation communities in the past, or prayer communities, were about. When you've got a small group of men or women, nuns or monks, together praying, was to create a vibration for the whole area, the world outside of where they were.
Yeah, that is right, I think. I mean, that sounds right. Though there's different ways to consider that, because when monks gather together or nuns gather together, there's an idea of religious aspect of it.
There can be, yeah.
Can be, although the one I was doing was not kind of religious at all, but I have always been like completely free from religious belief, but still it is following something. We are giving a kind of power to something else, even if it's the universe. So here I think there's something important to get.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So let's make a bracket. Just think about that. In France, as this is the subject now also, when we say universe, like, please universe, can I get that? You get me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This can be, actually, it's Laetitia who told me this one day that we were working together. She told me, there's a problem with that word in France. You still have to find a correct word, because it could, in our language, give the impression that we are giving power to something else to follow it.
Oh.
Okay, bracket here. So maybe there's another way of saying it. I close the brackets just to come back to those monks' story. When we gather together to make the meditation, then we are kind of giving a power to something else, bigger than us. So there's a limitation that we create as well together. And this limitation is very strong as well, right?
I had never thought of that before. Thank you. Yeah.
That's just my point of view, okay?
So come back to, what is the French word for universe?
It's universe. Same. Univers.
So tell me your awareness. This is very interesting to me. Tell me your awareness about this. Why do you say in French and not in English?
I don't know if it does it in English or not, but that is just what I've heard from French people. And I told you who in particular, because she was telling me that, you know, she has a problem with using this word.
Yeah.
Because every time she uses it, like for example, oh please, can I get this? You know, or please, can I get this? It's like a prayer to a God. It's like a prayer to an external forces, and this was making some difficulty for them to get along with this actually question, which is supposed to be completely open. But I'm not sure, Shauna, that this is something, I don't know if you. I couldn't say much more about that. Just that as we are in France, I just wanted to make these brackets here to say, oh, the words, the languages, the way we translate is very important for because we don't understand the same words according to cultures. And in France, we are very much strictly severe with the words. You know, we use that word and we should not use this word.
Yes.
So it's very difficult. Sometimes access tools can really provoke too much our kind of culture, language culture, French language culture. That is sometimes very, 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 you know, control so much.
Yes.
You know, when you give French language teaching classes, this U, for example, the U for you, it's so difficult to say for strangers that you have to tell them, you have to feel completely.
It's very true. It's very true.
Or you make a kiss, you know. But we are really like this with the language.
So c'est vrai. I learned French for many years at school, for 6 years or something. Then when I actually got to go to where people were speaking French, New Caledonia, they laughed at me because the French I had learned was so proper, so very, very, like that. And they were laughing.
English people have at least a humor about that, but in French we have almost no humor. So it's to be proper without smiling. But for other things, doesn't matter.
Oh dear. Okay. So I would really like to, if you would like to talk about this telecall series that you have at the moment. Is that correct? It's a telecall series, or it's the, would you talk about what it's very interesting. I find it fascinating.
Okay. You mean the Sexpansion one?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. We have, let's say, when I've been asking myself, truly, what can I contribute with that is what I know the best and what I really can, create really with my own being, and that is really my thing. The thing I do the most easily, and the thing I do all the time, and that will help me to kind of gather and everything to contribute to change for everyone who wants to change, whatever they want to change. So, and this just came like this. It came that, okay, I have to acknowledge that first, it is about sexuality, sexual energy, sexualness, sexual expansion. Yes, it is about expanding one's sexual capacities to receive. Yes, okay, so Sexpansion. Because then I understood, and I've seen, and I realized that I knew it and that I had the tools for it. And that's what I was doing when I was doing any practice in this session, in one way. That our energy, sexual energy is really the most important support of our life, and is what we are on all day long. whether we recognize it or not, every time we get into contact with others. So how much can we use that to receive more from oneself first, then from people around us, secondly, and third, from the whole universe.
Wow.
So what contact, what connection can we make with oneself, one, with others, two, and with the universe, three, to receive infinitely more than we could expect? That will give us access to our abilities to get around anything that is on our way to consciousness.
Wow.
To creation, to the power that we have and that we are as beings. And we have so many stories, so many past blockages, abuses, controls, judgments about our sexuality that we have blocked everywhere. And we have reduced this sexual energy to copulation, sexuality, control.
Yep.
And this is so sad, because this is our treasure. This is from where we're going to expand completely and change everything that we wanted to change without even having to do it.
Yes.
Just allowing that.
Yes.
Enough. So I'm working on that. I'm practicing with people on that. And I've been doing private session until now, like distance session, and most of it distance session, but also people start to allow myself to come into physical contact with them since some weeks, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And actually I was doing that even before with the symphony. It's a kind of special symphony, let's say. Okay. Possibilities. So we've been starting the call, and people had incredible experience with that. I didn't know how it was going, how it will go. I just, okay, we're here for that, let's see.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing during the call is that I'm doing three kind of things together, not in the same time, but I'm making people to participate always. Dialogue is open.
Mm-hmm.
So every time people come up with something, we do clearings, we do questions, okay? Then we do some practices, exercises all together. And then I also do kind of group session to have fun.
Wonderful.
So it's very, very effective.
And people can still join. It's not too late to join?
No, it's okay. Next one, I don't know yet, because the next month is really kind of, I have to find a space for that. But I'll try to do every month. Last time we did it was just on the 21, 3 days ago.
Okay.
And I still didn't plan the next one, but it should be in May. I will try to do that in May. It takes just 1 hour and a half, so I will find the moment for that. I'm sorry, I don't have decided yet.
No, fantastic.
And if put it on Facebook, I just make the announcement on Facebook. I didn't make more ads than that.
And perhaps we could just give your website address to. I will email it out to everyone who registered for this call, because we had a lot of registrations, a lot of people, and it may be too early in the morning for some people, but they'll all get the recording and they'll all get the email. And
thank you.
Well, awesome. No, you're welcome. Because this idea of sexualness, as if it is an energy that is apart from us, or it's an energy that you can turn on or turn off, or somebody else has to turn that on in your body. Crazy. It's not. It's who you be.
Yeah. It's, how much are we refusing to be turned on? Or how much turn on do we have that we refuse to choose? It's about that.
Wow.
Yes. Because we are naturally.
Yeah. Right. All 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah.
Yes, I was waiting for you. As is your call, let you do that. But I think people would like to have some more clearance.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I'll pock and pod whatever you say. How's that?
Yeah, good.
Okay. So.
Yeah. We just that we are turned on naturally
Yes.
Our molecules are turned on naturally. We have received bars enough so that they get again this ability to vibrate and receive.
Yeah.
In any situation we can now, since we have received those bars, it's so easy. We just have to choose it, to receive from this turning on. So how to do that easily, how to do that with joy, that is what we're doing in the course.
Wow. That reminds me of, we tend to think that somehow you have to get motivated, you have to get turned on, you have to get some energy going in your body, but the body has its own life consciousness within every single cell. And in fact, even after you, the being, leave your body, and we call that dying, it takes about up to 3 days, and for some bodies longer, for the actual consciousness that's in the body to dissipate fully. A friend of mine went and visited someone who had passed over and touched the body. The body was still vibrating.
Yeah.
And that was 12 hours after the girl had passed away. And so your body is alive. It is, every cell, every molecule is bursting with consciousness and aliveness.
Yeah, what you can feel when you touch it is the external energy that's still here. And even when the body is cold, there's still many days to come before every consciousness has lived.
Yeah.
Many days. It takes actually several weeks.
Wow.
So, yes, sure. We are this. It is in our body. Where else could it be?
Yes, exactly.
How much are we fooling ourselves? Now you got to postpone my idea. How much are we fooling ourselves with our mind to create this belief that we are somewhere else,
Okay, so everything that brings up and lets down, can we uncreate and destroy all that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, exactly. Also, I'm reminded of how human bodies and human embodiment is about electrical vibration. Everything's an electrical circuit. You're either on or off. For a woman, you're either menopausal or you're menstrual or you're old or you're young. It's all about the polarity. But we, the infinite being, have the possibility now of humanoid embodiment. And it doesn't look like human embodiment. It doesn't feel like it. And we have the possibility of humanoid sexualness, and sex, which is nothing like a human experience.
Yes, that's a very good point you bring in it, because we have been learning how to create sexualness from sexuality, let's say, sexuality from constriction.
Yeah.
Electrical constriction, right? Starting with the visual excitation, starting with the judgment on our visual excitation. Yet, our natural capacity to vibrate in sexualness has nothing to do with electrical.
No.
It's another way. It's another frequency, is acoustical. But this is just mental tricks, But there's physically, there's a change. There's a shift that takes place at the moment you allow your body to receive. There's a shift that takes place in between the constriction of electricity that make you tense and unable to get orgasm.
Yeah.
This is very important.
Yes.
This tension gets you unable to get into orgasm. And orgasm can have many, many different forms in your whole daily life. Not just sexual. From this to an acoustical openness of relaxation, where actually it's like going from the sympathetic systems to the parasympathetic systems. Violence to allowance.
Yes.
Constriction and tension to relaxation. Yeah.
Yes.
Difficulty and pain to ease and expansion. This is the whole thing is about that.
It's very exciting because we're on a new, this is a whole new reality opening up.
Yes, this is wonderful.
Yes. And it's not based on how old you are. It's not like, oh, well, you're over 40, you've missed the boat. It's like, hello.
Yeah, it's just there.
Yeah.
It's just there, you know. And yeah, it gives the kind of also, you get out of the judgment on yourself. You know, as before we were 6 or 5 or 7, I don't know, you know, like this. We're free to be turned on.
Yeah. How wonderful. Because, you know, a 5-year-old doesn't say my bottom looks too big, so I'm not taking my pants off. A 5-year-old takes everything off.
That's right.
And there's many people who won't take off their clothes and have a sexual experience because they don't want to be judged for the way they think their body is.
Yeah, it's true. And this is just the external aspect, you know. And then you have some onion, and an onion, and onion. And it goes far. And what we're doing during a session, and I'm talking about the Sexpansion session because the goal is kind of getting a taste of it.
Yeah.
But we get a taste of tools as well, a little bit more deeper and deeper, but still. But when you get into a session, there's no more onion. You get directly to the oneness of no couch of yourself. And you get access to it directly.
I like it. Maybe you could call this no more onion, no more tears.
Okay.
What's the French word for onion?
Oignon.
It's the same word.
It's the same one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're saying that people can have a session like this at a distance from you? They don't need to be in the same room?
Of course.
You're going to have a queue of people, Ivan, waiting for this.
Oh my goodness! You know, I'm ready for it. I would be so happy, and I'm already happy. Sometimes people just send me a message. Can you help just now, please? And I say okay, and I take 10 minutes or 15 minutes. But usually I don't. Usually I say okay, you need half an hour, dear. But even 5 minutes, one day I didn't even know about her.
Yeah.
She sent a message from, she was in Germany, and he said, oh, I'm in trouble. Can you give a hand? I said, okay. And just 5 minutes distance, it changed everything. Everything shifts for her. Her whole reality shifts.
And actually, we can all do that if you're willing to be the contribution. And really, that's about how much space can you be for that person. You don't have to send them healing. You know, people say, send me healing. And you're going,
no.
Pray for me. It's not.
Thank you so much. No, that's not at all giving. It is receiving without judgment.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the capacity, the ability that I have the luck really to change that. So happy that I've been learning this through my life, to how to receive people in such a way that it gives them access to what they choose and what they would like to create. And it changes not only on the body. I mean, for example, this person was out in the streets. She has lost everything. She had nothing more. She was completely lost, you know. And it changed. And she told me just after it's 5-minute session, she just told me, I'm waking up from 25 years now of sleep. And it took then a few days for her to get into life again, to find a job, to find a place. A few days.
Wow.
So it's not about just sexuality.
No.
Sexual energy gives access to everything. It gives you the ability to go around every fucking thing that stands on your way.
And I love that, because you don't have to go through it or over it. You can just go around it.
Yes, sure. Hit the rock in the river.
Yeah. You just said something a moment ago that was a big aha. What was it? So for a humanoid, or for people like us, to not be received is the greatest invalidation. And very few of us have been received as children, as in our lives. So that when you do receive someone, the possibility that may be the only time ever, Ivan, that girl has ever been totally received with no judgment.
That's right. Most of the time, unfortunately, that's right. And then the first thing that it starts to create is you receiving you, getting in acknowledgement of what you can receive from yourself. And then you can choose to receive others, because you have a kind of confidence coming, kind of trust coming on who you are, what you are. And when you start to receive others, then others start to receive you. Remember the conversation? First, make the first step to listen, and you will be listened. This is the only condition. Receive, and you will be received. And so sexually, when you get in with your partner, you have to ask, is or she will he or will her, will she receive me? And will I be able to receive her as well? Because if not, then you won't get it at all. It will be constriction, electrical, violence, abuse, and you will just be, unfortunately, disappointed. And lose energy.
So for me, I find in all of the classes that I facilitate, whether it's a body class or a foundation or whatever it is, my own telecalls, I am fortunate enough, and probably you and everyone online here, is that I have the most amazing people showing up.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal. And if I ask the question, what's the difference between me and Dane here? Because we all look at Dane as, you know, Dr. Dane is amazing. What is the difference between these amazing people and Dane? Really? For themselves. It is acknowledgement and allowance for them. That's really the only, truly, the next step would be, how much are you willing to acknowledge and receive you and see you through my eyes, and even wider than that?
Yeah. How much pleasure can you allow yourself to receive from your own body?
Thank you. Thank you. And anything that doesn't allow that, can we uncreate and destroy it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Say that again, Ivan. That was really potent.
How much pleasure can I allow myself to receive from my own body?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anything that doesn't allow, let's uncreate and destroy it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah, this is charged. You know, I received this morning, but it was sent yesterday. This morning when I woke up, I opened my telephone, I received a message from a friend telling me, wow, for the first time now, I had pleasure caressing myself. Thank you so much.
Wow.
We've been up, you know, and she's about 37 years old. So that makes quite a gap before reaching the...
Wow.
Yeah. So, and this is just like working. For people, it gets off in one session. For people, no, it takes a lot more longer. But it takes more longer for them to allow that they have received or that they can receive.
And you know, that could be from eating an ice cream, or it doesn't have to be having sexual intercourse. That pleasure could be you allowed yourself to sit down in the sun and just relax.
Yeah, that's a training. That's one of the trainings, the most easy training you can do. That would be the first one. For those who really are difficult to receive. Yeah, that would be it. And then slowly to do that in contact with people around you, receiving from them.
Would you talk us through that simple training that I think we all need? The first step?
Yeah. I think this, we could use this of listening, taking the word listening, because this has nothing to do with the body in our mind. So this will be easy. Just when you are in any situation, whether you are, let's say, without conversation, just in a place where there's someone next to you, choose one person which is next to you and ask yourself, how much can I listen to what this person now has to give? And remember, everyone wants to give, and you want to give so much. And that's the trap. So you are the one who got to step out the trap first. And but others will give you whatever they want to give. So it's okay. How much can I receive? How much can I listen?
Yes.
Forget about receiving, because receiving makes some kind of control shift there that you don't want to do. I would say first exercise, listen. Choose to listen to this person, what she has to say now, what her body, what his body has to tell you. And then you might be trying this also in conversation, but this is another part of it. But just listen to what the body here has to tell you, and listen with your belly.
Oh, okay.
Listen. Okay, first step, with your belly. Second step, listen with your genitals. As if your ears was... All right? So that would be the really good exercise to receive anything.
Wow.
Train with that. And yeah, you know, it changes the energy when you do that. Some people have really strong, I would say strong taste, but I mean strong smells, you know. But when you train in receiving, the smells, the odor changes. So you were talking about the onion, you know, remember? And I wanted to tell you, yeah, the only problem with the onion is that it smells bad. But the thing is that when you transcend the onion, there's no more onion.
Yes.
When you go directly without having to take couch after couch, there's no more onion. And everything that was kind of making difficulties to receive, like for example, the smells, someone, you know, sometimes you just, oh, there's a barrier here. This also transformed. This also is cleared. Is kind of, yeah. And then it's just like, you know, flour.
So this is it's an alchemy. What is the French word for alchemy?
Yeah, in alchemy.
Okay, yeah, it's the same word. Okay. So there is this amazing molecular shift. These are molecules. It's down to a molecular level.
Totally.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's not here. It's molecular.
Yeah.
I mean, molecular here too, but it's not mental. We don't know where the mental is actually. Where's the mental in your body? This is the only thing that might be out of the body, actually, the mental. Can you say where that is?
Yeah.
Can you give it a form? Can you? No. Can you give it a place, color? Nothing. The only thing we have is those molecules.
And actually, your whole body is your receiving organ. And if you want to take that a step further, your whole body is your sexual organ, erotic organ, erogenous organ, your whole body.
Exactly. That's why when training with each center, the core of it, what means the genitals, but the life energy is coming from, then you start to develop the capacity to receive from everywhere in your body, and you could even have an orgasm just touching your mouth.
Yeah, of course. That is the capacity of the body to have that, which has been put down for a very long time.
Yes. And that's a training also about giving oneself some pleasure, you know, the way we touch ourselves.
Yeah.
I would also give another clue here. Every time you have a difficulty, another tool, every time you have this tool, I've been finding it in retreat when I was a monk. Because, you know, we had so much difficulty, it's really difficult, those trainings we did, really. That at one point we get to so much judgment on oneself that you almost explode. And you have to find a way out. And the only way out I found, was at the end of the first year of retreat, is this one.
That's so simple, isn't it?
This is wonderful. Every time you get into contraction or, you know, this is blockages or you're in judgment of yourself, just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dear body, you know, you don't have to think about it, but just, okay, you know, remember, I love you, my body, you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're giving me everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I very much, my thing is the pleasures of embodiment. And if it's not fun, why would you do it? And I know that sounds frivolous and silly, but really, if it's not, and doing the dishes or sweeping the yard or cleaning a toilet can be fun. It's
sure.
And for the 3-day body class, for me coming in, and there's been many other body facilitators before me, and now there's newer ones, but we are all different. My point of view is for 3 days, you don't get to use your mind in that class because you are not going to be choosing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
For 3 days, if you are willing to be in allowance and receive, maybe it's the first time your body has been allowed to have that pleasure. And there is something magical about 3 days in a row. There is something, you know, very potent, and we think, oh, access, MTVSS is for the immune system and this process is for that. It isn't that at all. It is not bodies by numbers. It's not, oh, I'll just look up what you should do for this. No. You ask the body what it requires and desires in the moment. And there are a million things more happening in that class than you can possibly imagine.
Sure.
The same as when you are doing a session, you think the person may think they know what's going on. You may have an idea, but oh my goodness, what is actually going on?
Yeah.
Totally different.
That's exactly, yes, exactly so. And I guess during your classes, some people also don't want to acknowledge that change is taking place. And I don't know, not in those in those body classes might also happen. Like,
Absolutely.
Say, oh, I don't see it, you know, it's out of my control. But it happens actually, fine.
And actually, I always say to people, that's so true what you're saying. Anytime in the future, the class is never finished. A telecall is never over. It's always ongoing. At any time you can tune into the energy of that and have what you did not or could not or were not willing to receive, then have it now.
Yeah.
You can. You know, someone might have a session with you a year ago, 2 years ago, tomorrow. They can still receive from that session.
Yes.
Whenever they choose it. Whenever they choose it. It's never finished. This is really what we mean about time doesn't exist. Time does exist. Awesome. However, we are not bound by the constrictions as we see them.
Awesome. Yeah, time actually might depends on our way to proceed with our own acknowledge of being.
Yes.
Time is so different from one person to another. There's nothing more relate. How do you say? Relative.
Relative, yes.
Relative.
Yeah, we actually sorry.
No, when is your next class? 3 days class, please.
We have one in May 19th to 21st. It's up in St. Malo, which is a beautiful part of
great.
France. It's by the sea, and I am a bit of a mermaid people. I love the sea. I've always lived by the sea my whole life. And for me to be, our class is in this beautiful old hotel, which is right on the sea. So I'm really encouraging people, get out and walk in the morning. Get up early. Go out in the lunch break. It's lovely to go to a cafe and sit and drink coffee and eat lovely food, have a glass of wine, of course. But we are going to be in this amazing place. How can we use it to our advantage? I'm excited about it already.
That's nice, because the very same day, I will be giving a foundation in Barcelona next to the sea too. And then they need the cocotier. So,
can you give us the details of that for people who are online? When I do an email out, I will be able to send out what contribution can we all be to your class.
Yes, thank you. That's 19 to 22.
Okay, so I'm just going to make them. Yep.
I will. You get it on the Facebook page. Otherwise, I can send it. It's going to be English and French translation in French, but it's going to be in Barcelona.
It won't be in Spanish?
No, not this time.
Okay.
It's for English and French token.
Okay. I guess is there anything else? We're at the top of the hour. Is there anything else we didn't talk about you would like to talk about? Is there something we didn't get to? Are there any questions I didn't even ask people?
Sorry. Yeah, that's a question. Let's say, firstly, I would like to say I'm discovering now, because you asked me to participate, and I had no idea what you wanted. And I said, okay, I will contribute whatever.
Yes, yeah.
With slides. So, but you've been asking so great questions, and I'm really grateful for you asking what I'm doing. This is so nice of you. Thank you so much. How much can this really contribute to make a change for everyone who wants to just proceed on that change?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
So what I could say more than that, I said just what you have asked is wonderful. I would like then to make a kind of communication about a 5 days changing your life class as well that we're going to give in Biarritz. So next to the ocean this time.
In Biarritz, when is this?
Just after the Barcelona class, it's going to be with Anne-Sophie Eckel, which is a fantastic facilitator as well. And she's really giving, you know, joy and ease, and that's really great. And so in Biarritz, it will be 24 until 28 of May.
Fantastic.
This will be in French, English, and Spanish.
How's it getting you better than that? People. And for me, as many foundations as I facilitate, as many as I go to, every time I go, oh my goodness, there is everything, all the tools of access consciousness are in foundation.
Foundation. This is really the platform of everything that you can start to change in your life. To create. Yes.
And many people don't realize that there are, I think at the last count, 6 body processes in foundation. You only do a couple of them, except if you're in my foundation, and you will do all of them. There's, you know, restoration with earth, exit stage left, demolecular manifestation, molecular demanifestation, cellular memory,
MTVSS,
BMM.
Yeah, depends the classes, depends the version. I remember the version of last year was we had 8 different body processes in it.
Wow.
This year we might even change again in Paris next week, where we're going to 8, my dear, because I'm going there too.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to offer sessions as well there on place.
Okay.
So this is also so great. You know, last time I've been doing this with in a class of Gary, in a possibilities class with Gary Douglas, and giving sessions of those symphony or sexpansion in presence of such beings in such group. It takes a wow. Wonderful. Really wonderful. Yeah.
How's it get any better? Thank you so much, Ivan. Thank you everyone for being on.
Thank you, Shauna. Really great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Paula, for doing a simultaneous translation. And I see you, Tekla, there helping out as well. Thank you. Hi. Everyone online. There's Paula. Okay. Toodaloo, everyone. See you soon in Paris. I love saying that.
Merci.
Bye. Au revoir. Au revoir. Thank you. I have to find out how to stop.